Hello, my classy ladies. Dressing an apple shape or a large tummy is not about hiding your body, it is about understanding proportion and geometry. Many common styling habits actually emphasize the midsection rather than balancing it. Today, we are correcting 9 specific mistakes to help you feel confident, comfortable, and elegant at any size. Let us begin. Mistake 1. Tucking tops tightly into the waistband. The first mistake is the most common habit that women with apple shapes or short torsos fall into, often because they are trying to look neat or professional. It is the act of tucking a top tightly and completely into the waistband of trousers or a skirt. While we often hear that tucking in a shirt defines the waist, for women who carry weight primarily in their midsection, this technique usually has the opposite effect. When you tuck a shirt tightly into a waistband that sits across the widest part of your stomach, you are essentially drawing a highlighter across that area. You create a harsh, horizontal line that cuts the body in half and emphasizes the roundness of the tummy. Furthermore, if you have a short torso, a full tuck visually shortens your upper body even more. It creates a boxy square shape between your bust and your hips. This can make you look compressed and wider than you actually are. It also leads to the uncomfortable muffin top phenomenon, where the waistband digs in and pushes soft flesh upward or outward. This is not elegant. It is restrictive and unflattering. The solution is not to look sloppy, but to master the art of the drape. Instead of a tight full tuck, embrace the column of color where you wear a top and bottom in the same shade and leave the top untucked but tailored. If the top ends just past the tummy, it creates a long, smooth line that glides over the midsection without clinging. This blurs the boundary between the waist and the hips, making the torso look longer. If you miss the definition of a tuck, try the side tuck or the very loose French tuck. This involves taking just a tiny inch of fabric at the side or the very front, loosely tucking it in, and then blousing the rest of the fabric out over the waistband. This suggests a waistline without tracing it tightly. It creates a diagonal drape of fabric across the stomach, which is incredibly forgiving and breaks up the visual mass of the midsection. Another elegant alternative is to look for tops with a banded hem. These are tops that have a piece of elastic or a fitted band at the bottom, which naturally sits at the hip bone, allowing the fabric above it to blouse over the tummy. This mimics the look of a tuck without the constriction or the unflattering line. It gives you the structure you crave without the exposure you fear. Remember, the goal is to skim the body, not to package it. By releasing the tuck, you release the tension in your silhouette, allowing your outfit to flow vertically rather than cutting you horizontally. Mistake 2. Wearing wide belts on a short torso. The second mistake is a styling error that creates a visual traffic jam on your body, wearing wide, chunky belts when you have a short torso or a fuller midsection. We are often told that belts create an hourglass figure, and while this is true for women with long waists or natural hourglass shapes, it is disastrous for the apple shape. If you have a short distance between your rib cage and your hips, which is common for women who carry weight in the middle, a wide belt takes up almost all of that available vertical space. When you strap a 3-inch wide belt around your middle, you effectively erase your torso. You create a solid block of leather or elastic that sits right on top of the tummy. Instead of cinching you in, a wide belt on a rounder stomach tends to ride up or slide down. It rarely stays in place because there is no indentation for it to sit in. This constant adjusting is not only annoying, but also draws attention to the very area you might want to de-emphasize. Visually, a wide belt acts as a magnifying glass. It adds bulk. It adds an extra layer of thick material right where you are widest. If the belt is a contrasting color, like a black belt on a white dress, it cuts you in half brutally. It creates a shelf effect for the bust and pushes the lower belly out, disrupting the clean line of your outfit. The elegant alternative is to skip the belt entirely and rely on the cut of the clothing to provide shape. Empire line dresses, which nip in just under the bust and flow over the tummy, define the narrowest part of your torso without needing a belt. Princess seams on a jacket or blouse create vertical lines that shape the waist visually without physical constriction. If you absolutely love belts and want to wear one, choose a narrow, slim belt in the same color as your outfit. A skinny belt does not consume your torso real estate. It provides a subtle hint of structure without the bulk. Alternatively, try slung belts that sit low on the hips rather than high on the waist. This elongates the torso and draws the eye downward, bypassing the tummy area. For women over 60, comfort is also a major factor. Wide, constricting belts can impede digestion and breathing. An elegant woman prioritizes ease. By removing the wide belt, you allow your clothes to hang beautifully. You create a long, uninterrupted line that makes you look taller and more statuesque. You let the fabric do the work of shaping, rather than trying to force your body into a shape with a strap. Mistake 3. Choosing clingy, high-shine fabrics. The third mistake concerns the physics of light and texture. Choosing clingy, high-shine fabrics like satin, thin silk, or jersey for your tops and dresses. Fabric choice is just as important as the cut of the garment. Shiny fabrics reflect light. When light hits a curve or a bump, it highlights it. If you wear a satin blouse over a rounded tummy, the fabric acts like a spotlight, catching the light on the highest point of the stomach and creating shadows underneath. This exaggerates the volume of the midsection. Furthermore, thin, clingy fabrics like jersey or cheap polyester have no structural integrity. They do not hold their own shape. Instead, they collapse against the skin. They trace every roll, every indentation, and the waistband of your undergarments. This creates a shrink-wrapped effect that is very unforgiving. For an apple shape, this can make you feel exposed and self-conscious, as the fabric offers no camouflage. The elegant solution is to choose matte fabrics with structure and drape. Matte fabrics absorb light rather than reflecting it. This creates a blurring effect that smooths out the silhouette. Fabrics like cotton poplin, linen, wool, cashmere, and heavy crepe are excellent choices. They have enough weight to hang away from the body. They skim over the tummy rather than clinging to it. For example, a structured cotton shirt stands away from the skin. It creates its own silhouette. A heavy cashmere sweater drapes elegantly, falling in a straight line from the bust to the hips. These fabrics provide a sense of protection. They create a smooth surface that hides what is underneath. If you love the look of silk, opt for a double-faced silk or a heavy hammered satin that has less sheen and more weight. Or use shine strategically. Wear a matte top to minimize the tummy and a shiny skirt or trousers to draw the eye to your legs. Or wear a matte outfit with a shiny silk scarf near your face. Also, consider the pattern. A busy matte print can confuse the eye and hide the contours of the midsection much better than a solid, shiny block of color. But generally, the rule for elegance is structure. Soft, flimsy fabrics look cheap and tend to look messy on a fuller figure. Structured, high-quality fabrics look expensive and provide the architectural support your outfit needs to look polished. By switching to matte and structured materials, you instantly refine your look and gain confidence because you know the fabric is working for you, not against you. Mistake 4. Jackets that end at your widest point. The fourth mistake is a geometric error that disrupts the flow of your silhouette, wearing jackets, cardigans, or blazers that end exactly at your widest point. For an apple shape or someone with a large tummy, the widest point is usually the middle of the stomach or the high hip. When a hemline creates a horizontal line right across this area, it widens you visually. Imagine drawing a line across a circle. If you draw that line at the widest part of the circle, you emphasize its width. That is exactly what a jacket hem does. A blazer that stops right at the tummy cuts the body there and draws the eye laterally. It makes the midsection the focal point of the entire outfit. If the jacket is tight or buttoned, it can also pull and gap, creating an X shape of tension wrinkles across the stomach. which looks uncomfortable and ill-fitting. The solution is to play with lengths that bypass the danger zone. You have two elegant options. The first is the cropped jacket. A jacket that ends just above the waist or at the high hip, often called a shrug or a cropped blazer, draws the eye up to the narrowest part of your torso, which is usually just under the bust. This creates a leg-lengthening effect and keeps the tummy area free of horizontal lines. The second, and often more popular option for older women, is the longer line jacket. Look for blazers, cardigans, and dusters that end below the hip, at the fingertip length, or even mid-thigh. These longer vertical lines skim over the midsection completely. They create two long vertical panels on either side of your body, the lapels of the jacket, which slice into the width of the torso and make you look narrower. A long open cardigan creates a curtain effect that hides the sides of the waist and elongates the frame. When choosing a longer jacket, ensure it has some shape or structure in the shoulders. Strong shoulders balance out a fuller midsection. Avoid shapeless sacks. You want the jacket to hang straight down from the shoulders, bypassing the tummy curves. This creates a clean, streamlined column. Also, pay attention to the buttons. Single-breasted jackets with a low button stance, where the first button starts lower down, create a deep V-shaped neckline, which is incredibly slimming and draws the eye vertical. Double-breasted jackets can add too much bulk and overlapping fabric over the stomach. By adjusting your hemline up or down by just a few inches, you can completely change the visual weight of your body. Avoid the middle ground and aim for the extremes of cropped or long for the most flattering result. Mistake 5. High contrast colors cutting the waist. The fifth mistake creates a visual break that shortens and widens the figure, wearing high contrast colors that cut the body in half at the waist. This happens when you wear a light top with dark trousers, or vice versa, and the meeting point of these two colors is right across your midsection. For example, wearing a bright white shirt with black pants creates a harsh horizontal line where the white meets the black. Because the human eye is drawn to contrast, anyone looking at you will immediately focus on that line. If you carry weight in your tummy, this line acts as a border that defines the exact width of your waist. It separates your top half from your bottom half, making you look shorter and blockier. It disrupts the vertical flow of the eye. The elegant solution is to embrace low contrast or monochromatic dressing. This is the column of color technique we often discuss. When you wear a top and bottom in the same color, family, for example, a navy blouse with navy trousers or a camel sweater with beige pants, you remove the horizontal border. The eye travels smoothly from your face to your feet without interruption. This unbroken line creates an optical illusion of height and leanness. It blurs the area where the tummy sits, effectively camouflaging it. If you love wearing color, you do not have to stick to black. You can do a column of burgundy, olive green, or even charcoal gray. The key is the continuity of tone. If you want to wear different colors, try to keep the values similar. A medium blue top with dark denim is a softer transition than white with black. Or use layers to bridge the gap. If you are wearing a white top and black pants, throw on a black cardigan or jacket. The jacket creates those vertical lines we discussed earlier, covering the sides of the waist where the contrast line is most visible. Another trick is to ensure the color change happens at a flattering point. If you wear a tunic top that ends at the thigh, the color change happens at your legs, which are likely slimmer than your waist. This draws the eye down and away from the tummy. Avoiding the harsh chop at the waistline is one of the simplest and most effective ways to look instantly taller and more elegant. It creates a seamless, sophisticated silhouette that allows your face to be the star of the show. Mistake 6. Pleated trousers that add bulk. The sixth mistake involves a specific detail in tailoring that can be the enemy of the apple shape. Pleated trousers. Pleats are folds of fabric sewn into the waistband of pants to allow for more room in the hips and thighs. While they can look classic on some body types, For a woman with a rounded tummy, pleats often behave badly. When there is tension across the midsection, pleats tend to pull open. Instead of lying flat, as they are designed to do, they expand, creating a ballooning effect right over the lower belly. This adds significant volume and bulk to the exact area you want to streamline. It can make the stomach look larger and rounder than it is. The extra fabric gathers and bunches when you sit down, creating discomfort and an unflattering silhouette. The elegant solution is to choose flat front trousers. These are pants that have no pleats and lie smooth against the body from the waistband down. A flat front creates a clean, vertical line. It minimizes the visual mass of the tummy. Look for trousers with a side zip instead of a front zip. A front fly with a button and zipper adds layers of fabric, metal, and stitching right in the center of the tummy, which can add bulk. A side zip eliminates this clutter, creating a completely smooth front panel that is very slimming. Also, consider the rise of the trousers. A mid to high rise is usually best for a large tummy. A low rise will cut into the stomach and create a spillover effect. A high rise that sits at the natural waist acts as gentle shapewear, holding the tummy in and smoothing the line. However, ensure the waistband is not too tight. The fabric of the trousers matters here too. Avoid stiff, thick fabrics that stand away from the body and add inches. Opt for fabrics with drape and weight like a heavy crepe or a wool blend, which fall straight down from the widest point of the hip. Elasticated waistbands, if done elegantly, hidden at the back or flat elastic, can be a lifesaver for comfort and fit, preventing the digging in that causes bulges. By avoiding pleats and opting for a clean, flat front, you remove unnecessary volume. You create a sleek canvas that allows your tops to drape beautifully. It is a small detail in construction that makes a massive difference in the final profile of your outfit. Mistake 7. Wearing boxy, cropped tops. The 7th mistake is a silhouette that has been trendy recently, but is notoriously difficult for apple shapes: the boxy cropped top. These are shirts that are cut wide and square, often ending right at the waist or high hip. The theory is that the loose fit hides the body, but the reality is often the tent effect. When you have a fuller bust and a fuller tummy, a boxy top hangs from the bust line and falls straight down. Because it is short and wide, it does not skim the body. It stands away from it. This visually creates a square block. It makes your waist look as wide as your bust. If you lift your arms, the cropped length rises up, exposing the tummy, which can make you feel self-conscious and lead to constant tugging and adjusting. Furthermore, a boxy top adds volume to the upper body without providing any definition. It can make you look top-heavy. It hides your shape entirely, which can actually make you look larger than you are. The elegant solution is to find tops that are semi-fitted or have a gentle A-line shape. You want a top that follows the curve of the bust and then gently glides over the tummy rather than hanging like a curtain from the shoulders. Look for fabrics that drape. Length is key. A top that ends at the low hip or mid-thigh elongates the torso. Tunic tops are fantastic for this, especially those with side slits. The side slits allow the fabric to move freely over the hips without pulling, preventing the sausage casing look. Ultimately, you want clothes that suggest the body underneath without clinging to it. A semi-fitted silhouette shows that you have a shape, whereas a boxy crop top hides everything in a way that is often unflattering for the apple figure. Choose length and drape over width and crop. Mistake 8, relying on shapeless, oversized tents. The 8th mistake is an emotional one as much as a stylistic one, relying on shapeless, oversized tent dresses or tunics to hide the body. It is a common instinct when we gain weight or feel insecure about our midsection to want to disappear under yards of fabric. We think that if we cover everything up, no one will notice the tummy. The paradox is that wearing huge, shapeless clothes makes you look huge and shapeless. A tent dress hangs from the widest part of your body, usually the bust or shoulders, and creates a massive triangular silhouette. It hides your best features, your legs, your wrists, your neck, your ankles. It tells the world that you are trying to hide. It signals a lack of confidence. The elegant solution is to embrace structure and strategic skimming. You do not need to wear tight clothes, but you need clothes that have a defined silhouette. An empire line dress is a perfect example. It fits specifically under the bust, often the narrowest part of an apple shape, and then flows loosely over the tummy. This highlights the rib cage and creates a waistline higher up, giving shape to the body while offering complete comfort and coverage for the stomach. Wrap dresses are another classic. The diagonal line of the wrap cuts across the torso, visually shrinking the waist, while the V-neck elongates the neck. Ensure the wrap ties on the side, not the center, to avoid adding bulk to the tummy. Shift dresses that have a slight indentation at the waist are better than sacks. You want the garment to acknowledge that you are a woman with curves, not a hanger. Also, show off your assets. If you are covering your tummy, expose your forearms by rolling up your sleeves. Wear a dress that ends at the knee to show off your legs. Open the collar to show your neck. By revealing the slimmer parts of your body, you trick the eye into perceiving the whole body as slimmer. Don't drown yourself in fabric. You deserve to be seen. Choosing clothes that have structure and design shows that you care about your appearance. It creates a polished look that commands respect. Hiding in a tent says you have given up. Dressing your shape says you have arrived. Mistake 9. Horizontal stripes across the midsection. The ninth and final mistake is a pattern error, wearing wide horizontal stripes across the midsection. While there is a long-standing debate in fashion about whether stripes make you look wider, for the apple shape, the placement is what matters. A bold, wide horizontal stripe that runs directly across the widest part of the tummy acts like a measuring tape. It draws the eye from left to right, emphasizing the width. Because the tummy is curved, the horizontal stripes can also become distorted, bending over the curve. This visual distortion acts like a 3D map of the stomach, highlighting every contour you might want to minimize. High contrast stripes like black and white are the most difficult to wear because they create the strongest visual vibration. The elegant solution is to switch the direction or the pattern. Vertical stripes are the apple shape's best friend. They draw the eye up and down, creating a long, lean line. Pinstripe shirt or a dress with vertical panels instantly elongates the torso and slims the midsection. Diagonal stripes or chevrons are also effective. They lead the eye in toward the center and down, creating a waist-narrowing illusion. If you love prints, opt for confused prints like florals, paisley, or abstract designs. These prints keep the eye moving. They do not have a focal point or a straight line, so the eye cannot rest on the curve of the tummy. They camouflage lumps and bumps beautifully because the pattern is doing the work. If you must wear horizontal stripes, choose a Breton top where the stripes are narrow and start lower down, or layer a jacket over it. The jacket covers the sides of the stripes, leaving only a vertical column of pattern visible, which neutralizes the widening effect. Style is about directing the viewer's gaze. Horizontal lines direct the gaze across, vertical lines direct the gaze up. By choosing patterns that lift the eye, you lift the entire impression of your figure. Loving your body means dressing the shape you have right now with respect and strategy. By avoiding these common pitfalls, you can create a silhouette that feels balanced and beautiful. If you found these tips helpful, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. And as always, stay classy.